Hi, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to kind of a new concept, but we're going to do it kind of in the form of an example. So I'm going to introduce you to a new concept called a repeat sign. So a repeat sign. And all a repeat sign does is it tells you if we have a bar of music, and I'll write this into our example. So we're going to be doing an example in 3/4, and I'm going to make it 4 measures long. So 1, I'll make these kind of small. I'll draw a bit smaller than I've been doing. Hopefully that'll still work. 3 and 4. There we go. So the way repeat markers work is we would have a repeat sign. And you can see a repeat sign written a number of different ways. Most often, when you have a repeat sign written, you'll kind of have these brackets coming off of the bar line, like this. I'll draw these in yellow. Like that, it sort of brackets in the music. And then you would also have one of these back to wherever, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Back to wherever you wanted to repeat to. So this is where our other end of the repeat bracket will be. And this is sometimes the repeat start, and this is the repeat end. And what you will have, just to complete our graphic of them, just have 2 dots there and 2 dots there. And what this means, if you just see this and you don't get any other instruction about it, all this means is to play through this example once and then go back and play through it again and then move on. Or else you could be done. In this example, all this is telling us is whatever music we put in these bars in here, we're just going to play through it. We're going to play through it once, then play through it again, and then stop. So that's what this repeat is telling you. Whenever you see a repeat like this, without any other instruction, it just means you play through it. You play through it twice. So anyway, let's make up. I think you might get this a bit more once we start drawing the example. But let's make our example. So I think my pen's about to freak out. Yes, it is. Okay, there we go. So here we go. Let's make our example. Let's start. Last time we started with the quarter note, so let's start with a half note. Half note, quarter. Let's just reverse that. We do quarter, half, and then quarter, 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 half quarter. One of the things you might be noticing right now, since we're in 3/4 time, I've got a question to you. Can we use a whole note? Can we write a whole note at all? And the answer is no, we can't. We can't. So there's my drawing of a whole note, and because we're in 3/4 time, we cannot use a whole note. Because how many beats does a whole note get? How much space does a whole note take up? Well, it takes up, a whole note is equal to the same amount of space as 4 quarter notes. And how many quarter notes can we fit in a measure? Well, we can only fit 3 of them. So therefore, we can't have a whole note if we're playing a piece of music in 3/4. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that on the side. Let me erase this. There. Okay. So anyway, we've got our example down, and with these repeat signs, all this is telling us to do is just play through this twice. We play through it. Once we get here, we just immediately go back to the beginning. So let's go through and do kind of our normal beat analysis, and I'm going to go a little bit more quickly on this because we've been doing this for a while, so hopefully you're getting the hang of it. If you want to try to pause the video and do it yourself, now would be a good time. So here we go. This is beat 1. 2 is in no man's land. Play beat 3 on this quarter note. Next measure, beat 1, beat 2 on this half note. Beat 3 is in no man's land. And then here we go. These are just 1, 2, 3. So we'll write that down. Beat 1, beat 2, beat 3. Next measure, beat 1 on this half note. Beat 2 happens in no man's land. And beat 3 comes on that quarter note. Okay? So hopefully that didn't go too quickly for you. If you're still having trouble figuring out these numbers, maybe send me an email or just watch the videos earlier on in the playlist, and I kind of go into I number things a bit more slowly, and I kind of explain a bit more how to do it. But anyway, now we're going to move on to putting in all of our green arrows for downbeats and the downwards green arrows for the attack, and then the horizontal green arrows for the hold. So here we go. Oh, why isn't that? There it goes. Downbeat on 1, hold through 2, downbeat on 3, then next measure, downbeat 1, downbeat 2, hold through 3, next measure, all downbeats, 1, 2, and 3. Then the next measure, downbeat on 1, hold through 2, downbeat on 3. And that's it. That's our analysis. So now, because we've got these repeat signs here, we're just going to sing through this twice. Okay? And I'll grab the metronome. There it is. And the metronome is still set to 3 beats per cycle since we did this last time. And it's still set to 60 beats per minute. And actually, I'm just going to, one more time, just write this in. There it goes. Quarter note is equal to 60. So there we go. That's our tempo. And here we go. 3, 1, ready, go. Ba, 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 ba. Okay? So that was it. We went through the whole thing twice, and then we were done because we had the repeat. Here now I'm going to go through this on numbers. 2, 3, 1, ready, go. 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. Okay, let me do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, go. 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. Okay? So hopefully that example helped you out. We'll do a few more examples where we're using these repeat signs, and hopefully they'll help you out getting the concept of having repeat signs in your music. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in future videos.